Welcome to the Oakland's Channel. Thanks for watching today. Let's just talk about how awesome the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, Mutant Mayhem, is really shaping up to be. Because the trailer came out yesterday, and we hadn't really seen a whole lot about the movie up until this point, but I loved everything about the trailer. The sense of humor, the personalities of the turtles, the art style, the music direction. I mean, everything about the trailer was done pretty much perfectly. And so today we're just going to sort of break down the trailer. We're going to talk about every aspect of it and just sort of work our way through it. So let's get started. Now when the trailer starts up here, we have this soft little piano music playing in the background. If you listen closely, you'll know the theme song. It's the theme for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 1987 cartoon, and I've never heard it played piano-wise. I've never heard it slowed down, and I am a sucker for my favorite songs on piano slowed down. So like immediately I'm pulled into the trailer. I love the little background scenes we're getting here, some little exposition behind the scenes about the turtles, and they're really getting us set up for it. And then it's like an immediate swap over in styles over into like an immediate funny entertaining interaction between the four turtles. And in this scene here when they're filming it, what I love most about it is they're truly like showing the turtles are teenagers. They're having fun like teenagers would have fun, and their personalities show through every one of the turtles individually just excellently. I mean, you have Mikey over here holding a watermelon above his head, you know, sort of questioning about it, but still fully willing to go through with the prank. You have Raphael over here, you know, knowing the dangers of it, but completely dismissing the reasoning behind it, just simply to have the thrill of the action here on the camera. You have Donnie with a voice of reason behind it saying, like, I don't know, but still pretty excited about it because, you know, he's still a kid. And you have Leonardo back here, and look how dissatisfied he is. He's a true leader of the group, because even when it sort of goes down incorrectly and causes a mass havoc on the street, Leonardo's the first one to jump down and wonder if everybody's okay. And I know I'm really analyzing the scene that's just pretty much done for comedy here, and the comedy lands really well, but it just shows all the turtles are going to have an individual personality. And that's really important in this type of movie because it's a coming-of-age story amongst these four teenagers, and you really want to see every one of them have their own internal conflict, their own personalities, and the ride in this, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for that. And then we have the music kick in from a Tribe Called Can I Kick It, which is an amazing song, and it fits in perfectly with the Ninja Turtles. And of course, right here, you showcase all the different weapons, and the animation for this style already coming up, but especially like the animation of the action of the weapons. Looks awesome. I love the animation style. It's very sketchy, and I don't mean sketchy as in like questionable. I mean sketchy as in like it's almost like a sketch notebook type thing. And I really love the art style. Obviously, you're going to compare it to Into the Spider-Verse because they're very much of a similar like cell animation, I guess, to a degree. But they're also got their individual styles because this one, like I said, is more notebook sketchy. But regardless, we're seeing some of the action here. We also get our first look at Splinter. And I'll say this is maybe the one thing I wasn't like super crazy about in the trailer. Because Splinter, I didn't really necessarily like the look of Splinter 100%. And so we'll see how it goes with that. I mean, it might warm up to me a little bit. But Splinter was the only thing I was not like 100% won over. But Jackie Chan is doing the voice of Splinter. And I'm pretty darn excited about that. So, I mean, Splinter, hit or miss. I'm not quite sure. And, of course, then you also have a first look at Bebop and Rocksteady. And they're, of course, you know, vibing to the music here. And you don't get a long, you know, action scene of them, but you get a pretty good look at what they're going to look like in the movie. And I feel like they're actually keeping like the design of the character intact because, you know, like Bebop has the little turtle shells on his shoulders, same type of glasses, and Rocksteady has the same color outfit as well. So I feel like even though they're drawn differently, I feel like the source material is being pretty true to it. And we also know the voice talent behind Bebop and Rocksteady is going to be Seth Rogen himself, who's, you know, behind the entire movie. And Rocksteady is going to be John Cena. So I'm actually pretty excited for how this interaction is going to go between these two enemies. I feel like there's some comedic genius in that area as well. And then it goes from showcasing how awesome they are at the weapons to, you know, they're still kids mastering the skill. And Raphael's sai goes flying off. It lands in Donnie's leg. And of course, from here, the comedic timing is pretty much perfect on it. You know, it goes into his leg, the silence, then it lets off the scream. Leo, you know, freaking out, about to be sick off of it. I mean, I feel like the movie's really going to have a great sense of humor about it. And I'm not saying the movie has to be like funny, you know, start to finish, but I love that there is a sense of humor here, and I love that the jokes are actually landing. And then the trailer wraps up here with April talking to the turtles about this goo that's come onto them that made them turn into mutant turtles. And they're like, no, it's not goo, it's ooze. And I love like all the little hand motions they do, especially Michelangelo off to the side there. I don't know, it's just really comedic to me how they're like really distinguishing the difference between goo and ooze. But I love that the writing is focusing on small things like this, and it's finding the humor in the little things instead of just making corny jokes, which is what the entire Michael Bay franchise was known for. It feels like the writing here is really tight, and they're really trying to get the jokes basically written just right. And then of course the trailer comes to a close by just simply showing us the cast of the movie, and it is a all-star cast here. and I'm pretty darn excited for it. And I actually looked up to see like who was playing who, and just sort of go through some of them. We have Paul Rudd, who's doing Mondo Gecko. So I love that Mondo Gecko is back. He was like one of my favorite characters in the cartoon. We have Giancarlo Esposito playing Baxter Stockman, and he's Gus from Breaking Bad. And I think he will do amazing as a scientist, turn fly. I'm assuming they're going the fly route, but we don't actually know yet. But the mad scientist of Baxter Stockman, he fits perfectly with that. We have Ice Cube as Superfly, and I don't actually know who Superfly is, but we'll find out in the movie. We also have Post Malone as Ray Fillet. We have Genghis Frog in the movie. We have Leatherhead appearing in the movie. We have Utrom in the movie, which is going to be probably not Crane, but it's going to be Cynthia Utrom. So I don't know how it's going to relate to Crane, but Crane isn't Utrom. So I'm excited for what they're going to do with that. The movie really seems to be like pulling into everything that I want in a Turtles movie. And I know we're missing, at least from the cast here, Shredder. I don't know if they're like holding back on that and making him appear later on in the movie, or like a surprise appearance or whatnot. But I mean, the enemy list here, it's got everybody you want to see in from the cartoon or in the comic books in this movie, and I can't wait for it. I mean, this is really shaping up to be like everything that I've mostly wanted in a Turtles movie. I love the writing behind it so far. I love the personalities of the Turtles. I really love the art style. I really just think it's going to be a fantastic movie. I can't wait to see what the next trailer is going to be. Probably, a hint at like what the actual story is, because this trailer here is really just give us a feel for the movie, what direction they're heading in, and I feel like the trailer accomplished that like literally perfect. And so I'm so excited for this movie. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about the new Turtles movie. Are you excited to see it? Are you hating what you're seeing so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos listed up above. And as always, go out there, find a great game to play. Just simply have a great rest of the day.